What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 14, titled River of Time. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me less than 3 minutes to recap the episode, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. And the Season 1 finale just aired a few hours ago. I've already seen it. Amazing. Other than that, next week, Gotham season finale, Flash season finale, Arrow season finale, Supernatural season finale. It's time. And also, again, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard, but Supergirl is coming to the CW, of course, and we're going to have a big old crossover. They've already confirmed it. Supergirl crossing over with Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. Like, all of them are just not Supergirl. Like, it's going to be a big crossover between all of them, which is going to be just... We're winning, baby. We have to wait for 2017 for Justice League and all this big crossover stuff. But no, we have it this year, man. How crazy is that? TV works faster. That's why TV is always amazing to me. I love my movies. I'm a big movie geek, but I'm always the big TV geek. TV always has to come before movies at times because the production and it's fast and it gets out there, dude. It's crazy. It's a crazy world how Hollywood and Vancouver and Georgia and everybody films. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So, thank you, CW. We need a Constantine show now. People, raise it up. Hashtag Constantine. Let's get Constantine getting a show for Friday nights. Did it work on NBC on Friday nights? No. But when you have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday show, if you have a Constantine show on CW, you damn well bet sure, whatever how it goes, people will watch. People will watch on Friday nights if it's on the CW and it crosses over all these other shows. We want Constantine. We want it. We'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's a high demand. Supply and demand. Let's go and get it, baby. Either way, sorry. Let's get back to Legends of Tomorrow. My bad. Kendra talks to Carter, of course, and he's a bad guy. He's basically, I believe, locked up, and he's just like, I'm going to kill you. Like, he's still brainwashed from Savage. Now, the Wave Rider is pushed too hard, and it ends up breaking down. Vandal has time traveled many times, and he's. I like how he says this to Rip Hunter. You may be a time master, but I am a master of time. That was really cool, man. You may be a time master, but I am a master of time. He has time travel. He's like, how have you time traveled? Well, we'll find out later in the episode, of course, dealing with the Time Masters. So that happens. Jack tries to find the time drive. He tries to fix the time drive. Excuse me, I wrote this in pencil. It's my fault. That's why it's hard to see it. Like, there's only one part right, like in pen, and then the rest is like very pencil-y. It's hard to read, actually. Now, of course, it's a faded-out pencil and everything. There's radiation poisoning going on. Rip knew that would happen, so Jax ends up getting radiation poisoning. And he's like getting all old and agey and everything, and he's walking like that and jumping like that. So it's weird, man. And everyone's kind of going up on Rip like, you were selfish. You knew that was going to happen. And Rip could have gone and fixed it himself, but he knew that was going to happen, and he sent Jax to do it. So that kind of raises question about Rip Hunter. So Carter is fighting. Carter ends up fighting and hitting Ray, and he hits Kendra at a time, and he doesn't remember. So maybe they should do the Avengers thing where Hawkeye was freaking, he was under mind control. All you have to do is hit him real good. Oh, what happened? That's all you have to do. Maybe you should just jog his memory up, hit him, and maybe he'll be better, you know what I mean? So anyway, Ray, he doesn't remember. So Ray talks to Savage, and, God, you know, Savage gets in your brain, and Ray's smart. Ray Palmer's smart. He needs to know that he's going to try to get in your brain. He's going to say lies. He's going to tell you stuff that you don't want to hear, and you're starting to believe. He is a silver-tongued devil. That's basically what Savage is. He will tell you something, and you will believe it. That's the thing that's with Savage. And yet Ray falls for it. Come on, Ray. You got to do better than that, of course. There's a flashback with Felicity, Ray and Felicity. Kendra is saying a poem to Carter. And of course, Savage says you will lose her if Carter gets his memory back, and that makes Ray a little of a bad person at the time. And Ray gets all angry because she's saying a poem to Carter, and he starts being a baby and saying like, you know what, maybe this marriage thing, or maybe this, I don't know, I think I'm done. You want to go with Carter? Like, dude, she was with Carter way before you. Way for hundreds of years before you, okay? So Carter technically is her true love. She could have a thing with you going on. Carter's not himself, obviously, but Ray's just being a big whiny baby like, I want it now. I want you. And it's both ways. It's hard. I understand. But she was with Carter technically before that, like hundreds of times. So what do you want, Ray? Kendra could do only so much in a time span. So that happens. Jax is 60 years old, which is pretty crazy. He's 60. Stein sends him back to 2016, and Jax didn't want to go back, so Stein ended up playing him around. So Snart and Mick want to leave, and they're pissed off at Stein. They're like, "What did you do, Stein?" "I sent Jefferson back to 2016." And, bad idea, Stein. Because they wanted to get sent back too, because Snart and Mick don't want nothing to do with Rip Hunter anymore. Ray versus Savage, that goes on, but Ray is knocked out. Ray did put up a little bit of a fight, but Vandal ended up hitting that Jason Bourne style, baby. Who are you? Who am I? Boom! Freaking knocks him out with one punch. That's basically what Savage did. Savage is free, and there's this big fight going on in the hallways of the Wave Rider. Carter is remembering. Carter remembers, basically. He's kind of like, oh, yeah. You're Kendra, right? I remember, sort of thing. So, he's stabbed. Carter is stabbed and he's still alive. That's the thing. And I say this all the time with Carter and Kendra. They have a potential to be so badass. It's like, okay, Carter's back. He's kicking ass. Stabbed. And it's like, why? Every single time. Oh, hot girl. She's kicking ass. She's flying. She's shot. Oh, down. I'm like, what? Like, fight. Can they go one season without freaking getting stabbed or shot or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, all the time they have to get... And they're down for the count all the time in a fight. It pisses me off how the CW uses them like that. So, the Time Masters... I'm sorry. They bring they capture Vandal Savage again and bring him to the Time Masters. And it turns out Vandal Savage is working with the Time Masters. And Rip is now in a cell at the end of the episode. What did I think about this episode overall, guys? First off, let me give you the pros. Honestly, the action in here, the choreography, the close encounters were really nice to see in the Wave Rider. It was fun to see that. Ray and Savage do have the best moments in this episode, for sure, definitely. Because Savage does have a good monologue and telling Ray a bunch of things. And, he's lying. Ray's buying into it. He does get into his brain. That was something that was interesting to see, though. And his fight, too. Their fight was pretty intense for a billionaire to an immortal. He put up a little bit of a fight. Let's be honest. Ray did a few good hits into Savage at the time. Savage, too. The guy who plays Savage, I don't know his name. But he really needs... I really do enjoy the guy who plays Vandal Savage. He needs a little bit more recognition out there. I've never seen him in another movie or anything, or TV show. I don't know if you guys have seen him in anything else, but... He's really good. He's really, he is a little cliched. I'm going to destroy the world, my love. Yeah, he's cliched, but he's not a bad villain. He's not like, he's a good CW villain for the season. The effects, of course, practical and CGI effects, of course, Jax being old and end up going to 2016 again. Stein, that was a big sacrifice. It was it wasn't selfish. He was thinking about Jax, and if he gets sent back in time, Jax will go younger again. He won't be old. And the sound effects, too, because the punches, that's what I was thinking about. That's why the fights were so intense, because the punches, the punches itself and the sound effects were so mixed well together, and they sound so brutal and fun. I like that. So the only cons I have to say about this episode, it was predictable. Because again, like when Ray's going into the room, something's going to happen. A lot of scenes were just predictable. There were a lot of things that you kind of could tell. If you have a brain, you could tell what was going to happen in the episode. The ending of the episode, too, like that whole thing, because it's another cliched thing. And it was predictable as well. When Savage and when they were taking him to the Time Masters, you were like, the Time Masters are working they're working together. You know it. It's you have a brain. You know what I mean. Like it's no. He's working with they're working with Savage. Nope. It was kind of just playing out predictable from the beginning. Honestly, once they arrived there, it was a little slow. They had a few slow moments there, and Carter being stabbed, another big thing, like I mentioned earlier, of that ranting with Hawkgirl and Hawkman. And then the flashbacks were confusing. They do go back to Felicity and all that, and, little cameos. Those were a little confusing at times. I guess that's the day before they leave or something, and she's like, well, you should go, you should be a hero. It's not for me. Not those flashback scenes there. Not every freaking single show has to have a flashback. I don't know why they do that all the time. Either way, I'm going to end up giving this episode of Legends of Tomorrow a solid B, man. I thought it was a real good episode. It wasn't a great episode, but it was good, so we're going to end up giving it a B, man. Fun, had a few fun moments, the action in there, of course, Savage and his monologue, Ray versus Savage. The ending, you know, it works well with the next episode, of course, but just the whole being predictable 75% of the time has a few problems in it with me. So comment down below, tell me what you thought about the Legends of Tomorrow episode. I'll be seeing you for the next 2 episodes. And thanks again, man. Make sure to like, comment, and share the video. If you're a big fan of the review, you want to see more of my channel, hit that subscribe button. As always, you guys have a great day, great week, all that good stuff. Until next time, bye-bye.